All right, so today's video is going to be about my experience with taking a DNA test, sending it in, getting the results, and basically what has happened from there. So I basically don't know a lot about my family heritage or my bloodlines. So one thing I did was I ordered a DNA test online. It was through AncestryDNA. There's an app that you can download for it, and basically the test is something they send in the mail. It's something that you take and you provide a saliva sample, so you basically spit in a tube. Sounds kind of weird, but that's what they have you do, and then you send it back to them. They take the results of it. They take the DNA through whatever method they do. I'm not exactly sure how they do it, but they end up finding what percent of each ethnicity you are. I'm sure it's a rough estimate in a lot of ways, but it gives you the results. So basically, I'm almost 70% of English, British descent, and then it's about 18% Irish, 15% Scottish, and then there's about 5% of other areas. So I really didn't know what I was, so I wanted to find out through this test. I honestly thought I was German, but it turns out I'm basically not at all. So it's good to take it if you don't know what you are. I believe it is about $100 to order it. It might be cheaper. I can't remember exactly what the price is. You'd have to look it up online just to be sure. But through the test, I was able to not only find out what percent of each ethnicity I originally am, I also found out that I had relatives close from my past that I didn't even know. I had a message from an individual who was basically tracing back through my ancestry on my dad's side of my family, and they basically traced back individuals that went all the way back to the 1700s. So they gave me basically the list of individuals that I could potentially have a bloodline through, but we weren't completely sure because there was a little gap from my great-grandparents on my dad's side who I never really knew about or heard about. So I messaged my grandmother and asked what their names were, found out what their names were, messaged it to the individual who had the line of individuals that went to the 1700s, and we made a connection of individuals who I was related to, still am related to, but have passed away. And I found out that my great-grandparents on my dad's side, their grave is literally an hour away from me, but I never knew, and it's something I never really looked into. So I'm probably going to go visit them at some point just to see it. There's pictures of it on the Ancestry app too. Each ancestor on the app has hints that you can check. If you subscribe to it for about a month, you can check to see birth records, death records, marriage records. And there's one story about one of my great-great-grandparents, my great-great-grandmother. It's like a whole story about her life. I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to look more into it. It just seems so interesting. But I'd say a main reason I'm doing this is because I'm at a point in my life right now where I'm facing a little bit of uncertainty about where I want to go with my future. And I feel like if I have a better sense of my past and where I came from, I can just get a better gauge and a better sense of where I want to go in the direction from where I am now. And I also haven't had the most put together family life throughout my life, so I haven't really been connected to them very much. I have always tried to strive to branch out from the things that they did and learn from their mistakes and move on, but I never really took the time to take the chance to get to know them very well and just how they function or why they do the things that they do or did the things that they did. So I'm looking more into that as well. I'm going to be talking more to my father, who I have not really talked to very much my whole life. So there's a lot of things I'm going to look into further into my past, but this AncestryDNA test has helped me get a better sense of where I came from. Like I said, I just started going through the line literally today, making all the connections. So I'm going to go further into that. But that has basically been my experience with it thus far. I found out literal people who I'm related to, who I've never met before. I'm messaging one of them right now. I'm going to find out if they have connections with other individuals, family-wise, that I could be related to, and if they do reunions, so I can get reunited with individuals who I'm related to who I have never met before. So it's exciting because I have been very closed off from a lot of my family throughout my life. So I would like to find out who these people are so I can potentially just meet them and get to know more about my past so I can have a better sense, like I said, of where I want to go with my future. So wrapping it up here, that has been my experience with taking an AncestryDNA test. I still have a lot more to uncover from this, but that is all I have for today. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.